Hey, greetings, my YouTube family and Twitch family. Welcome back to another edition of a MetalHead Reacts to Rap and Hip Hop with me, your boy Metal Inferno, aka Frodo T. Baggins. Okay, so I am going to do some Ras Kass today. I'm going to get that going, check it out. I know I said I wanted to do that since I did Coast Contra and his sons, so let's see where, it originated from, where they came from, and if they kind of got his genes there and his skill level, stuff like that. How good is he? Let's check it out. We're gonna do it. Just an update so you guys know. I love the fact that you guys are giving me like a whole bunch of recommendations for reviews, and I don't feel like even on one video I have like you guys literally have like 10 recommendations on there. Again, I'm not gonna be able to get to everything, but what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna do like three or four, like try to do like three or four songs that you guys are requesting. So that way I kind of get a little bit of everything for everybody instead of just doing one song at a time. I feel like if I get three or four, then everybody who was requesting those can see the reactions to each one of those songs. So that's kind of my idea of what I'm going to do going forward. They might take a little bit longer to shoot. And, single songs are easy to get out now, especially with the AI helping me. I can make a thumbnail real quick and then just put it out and bump the video. And it only takes me I started my new job today. I worked 10 to 6. I got home, I have maybe an hour to shoot a video and edit and get that stuff done and then put it out, and then I'm going to be taking a shower and heading to bed. So, it's just about finding the time. But I definitely want to keep doing it. So let's click on the screen. I've got it pulled up. We got Nature of the Threat by Ras Kass. Nature of the Threat is the 5th most popular track on Ras Kass' debut album Soul on Ice. Despite not being released as a single, the song gained attention for its extreme Afrocentric take on, let's scroll down and double check here and see, take on world history. Okay, when Rap Genius sat down, they asked him how the track came together. Okay, well that's fine. I'm looking forward to hearing this. Let's jump in, guys. Let's jump in. I got all as the new people here. The people that have been here with me long enough will know the reason I have lyrics up on the side is sometimes I'll miss verses, like it'll be going fast or whatever and I won't hear it. This way I can read it and see exactly what they're saying and correlate it. That's why I have it up. So let's do it. Here we go, guys. Nature of the Threat by Ras Kass.
Let freedom ring with a buckshot, but not just yet. First, we need to truly understand the nature of the threat. And a pale man walks in the threshold of darkness. Roughly 20,000 years ago, the first humans evolved with the phenotypical trait. Genetic recessive, blue eyes, blonde hair, and white skin. Albinism apparently was a sin to the original man. African, so the mutants traveled north of the equator. Go Europeans later, the first race haters. So here's the devil's alpha to the beta. Cause history's best qualified to teach one. Quoting German philosopher Schopenhauer, every white man is a faded or a bleached one. Migration created further mutation. Genetic drifts, evolution through recombination. Adaptation to the climate. As the Caucasus mountain man reverted to that of a primate. Savage Neanderthals until the late Paleolithic age. That's when the black Grimaldi man came.
What?
With the symbol of the dragon, fire and art. Check cave paintings in France and Spain to the Venus of Willendorf. Around 2000 BC, southern Russians migrating small units. Those who traveled west populated Europe. Those who went east settled in Iran, known as Aryans. 1500 BC, some crossed the Khyber Pass into India and created Hinduism. The first caste system, the origins of racism. A white dot on the forehead meant to lead. The black dot defeat, untrustable, untouchables. They wrote the holy Vedas in Sanskrit. That's the language that created Greek, German, Latin, and English. Now the Minoans around 2000 BC starts on the island of Crete in the Aegean Sea. The Greek culture begins Western civilization, but Western civilization means white domination. Mycenaeans learned from Kemet called Egypt and Greek. It existed since at least 3000 BC, creating geometry and astronomy. This knowledge influenced Plato, Socrates, and Hippocrates. Cause Imhotep, the real father of medicine, was worshipping Greece and Rome in the form of a black African.
Okay, whoa, hold on, guys, hold on. I'm sorry, I need to wrap my head around this. Like, I love history, okay? I love storytelling based on history and things that happened. I have never heard something told like this. I'm dumbfounded. Like, here's the crazy thing about this is it's not even like a typical hip hop song, It's not even like a typical, like, he's getting there and he's saying it and he's even rhyming certain things, but it's almost like a history type lesson from a particular point of view. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not a historian, so I don't know like how accurate all of this could be, but I'm assuming it is. This is insane, man. I'm only 2 minutes. Oh my god, this is nuts, man. This is nuts. All right.
Socrates and Hippocrates, cause Imhotep, the real father of medicine, was worshipped in Greece and Rome in the form of a black African. The word Africa comes from the Greek Afrik, meaning without code. The word philosophy means love of knowledge, stole from the first man. Greek power expands. The first Greek fraternities band.
Span,
the word gymnasium is Greek for naked. This was the place where adolescent boys were educated and molested. This was accepted because Greek culture was homosexual. For example, Sappho trained girls on the island of Lesbos, hence the word lesbian.
Hey, let these dumb motherfuckers know.
December 25th, the birth of Saturn, a homosexual god. Now check the historical pattern. December 25th, now thought the birth of Christ was Saturnalia. When men got drunk, fucked each other, then beat their wife. Fact is, it was still practiced till they called it Christmas. So put a gerbil on your Christmas list. The Hellenistic era, Alexander the Great conquers all the way to India, leaving 4 successive states. By the 5th century BC, Rome succeeds to be the conqueror of Egypt and Greece, but had the threat of the Black Phoenicians in Sicily. The Punic Wars began 264 BC. The Black general Hannibal and Carthaginian peace. In 146 BC, Carthage fell after a 6-month siege. Rome sold every citizen in slavery, the first genocide of history. And more bisexuality in sight. Julius Caesar was known as every woman's husband and every man's wife. Spartacus revolt, slave rebellion at lost. With 6,000 slaves was nailed on a cross. Oh shit, Jesus Christ, time for some act right. Christians, get your facts right. His Christ was not his name, that's Greek for one who was anointed. Joshua ben Yosef was his name. Do Christians know this? So who do you praise? Do you know his name? Or do you do this in vain? Accepting the religion they gave slaves to behave. Peep the description of a story in Josephus. Short, dark, with an underdeveloped beard was Jesus. He had the Romans fearing revolution. The solution was to take him to court and falsely accuse him. After being murdered by Pilate, how can it be these same white Romans established Christianity? Constantine would later see the cross in a dream. In his vision, it read, in Hawk, Signal Wonka, and this side we conquer.
Jesus.
Manifest destiny. In 325, he convened the Nicene Creed and separated God into 3. Decided Jesus was born on December 25th and raising on the 3rd day is a myth. Plus to deceive us. Commissioned Michelangelo to paint white pictures of Jesus. He used his aunt, uncle, and nephew. Subconsciously, that affects you. It makes you put white people closer to God.
Yo, the man got game like a motherfucker.
True.
Wow.
Indeed, fucking jihad. In the 8th century, Muslims conquered Spain, Portugal, and France and controlled it for 700 years. They never mention this in history class, cause old faiths are threatened when you get the real lesson. Wars from Baghdad, Turkey. Threaten European Christians, meaning the white way of life. Hence the Crusades for Christ. On November 25th, 1491, Santiago defeats the last Muslim stronghold, Granada. King Ferdinand gave thanks to God for victory, and the Pope of Rome declared this day to forever be a day of thanksgiving for all European Christians. Now listen, when you celebrate Thanksgiving, what you are actually celebrating is the proclamation of the Pope of Rome, who later in league with Queen Isabella sent Cardinal Ximenes to Spain to murder any blacks that resisted Christianity. These Moors, these black men and women, were from Baghdad, Turkey. And today you eat the turkey for your Thanksgiving Day as the European powers destroyed the turkeys who were the forefathers of your mothers and fathers.
Get on the ground.
Now fight the power.
Get on the ground.
Bitch ass niggas.
Get down.
Now around this time, whites started calling us Negroes. That's Spanish for black object, meaning we're not really people but property. And the triangle trade begins, they seize us. Queen Elizabeth sent the first slaves on a ship named Jesus. Still a land from the indigenous natives. Gave them alcohol to keep the red man intoxicated. Whites claim they had to civilize these pagan animals, but up until 1848, there's documented cases of whites being the savage cannibals. Eating Indians. In 1992, it's Jeffrey Dahmer. They slaughtered a whole race with guns, drugs, priests, and nuns. 1763, the first demonic tactic of biological warfare. As tokens of peace, Sir Jeffrey Amherst passed out clothing and blankets to the Indian community. Infested with smallpox, knowing they had no immunity. Today it's age, you best believe it's man-made. Cause ain't a damn thing changed. Let me explain. Now, since people of color are genetically dominant and Caucasoids are genetically recessive, and whites expect to be predominant, meaning survive as a race, then they simply must take precautions. That's why they're worried about the future now. Because by 2050, almost all the Earth's population will be brown and black. So understanding that, whites counter-react.
I'm saying, man, the fools ain't nothing but a teaspoon of milk in the world color majority.
So they created a system to force blacks into an unnatural position that reinforces the position of natural inferiority.
Jesus.
In addition, created guns and developed the ethnocentric view that God justifies every fucking thing they do. Condition people to perceive whites' culture as civilized and every other culture considered primitive. Not true.
Wow.
Racism is the system of racial subjugation against non-whites in every areas of human relation. Entertainment, education, labor, politics, law, religion, sex, war, and economics.
Wow.
See, blacks were 3/5 of a man with tax purposes intended. You think you're Afro-American, you're a 14th Amendment and a good nigga. Jews don't salute the fucking swastika, but niggas pledge allegiance to the flag that accosted you. They never teach about the breaker islands like Jamaica, where before slaves came here, whites would take her. Pregnant woman hang her from a tree by her toes, slice her stomach with a knife and let the unborn baby fall to the floor. And stop an unborn child in front of all the slaves to end breed fear so they be scared to behave and not rebel more. Understand all whites must be perceived as potential predators. I paraphrase historian Ishakamusa Berashenko. Understand that regardless of the lofty ideas engraved on paper in such documents as the Constitution or Declaration of Basic Nature of the European American white man remains virtually unchanged. So check. This is the nature of the threat.
Wow. Man, I think this is the first time in quite some time that I'm literally at a loss of what to say here. Good gravy. Holy shit balls. That was just like one long verse, man. That was one long verse, one take. And got some of these lines, man, some of these things, like, he had to do some like historical research on this. He had to, like, if he's saying this kind of stuff, you know, putting out, he has to know, wow, man, wow. Is all of his stuff like this? Is this just like one thing? Like, I have got to listen to more of this guy. One of the things I love, like with Iron Maiden is great storytellers, guys. They're great storytellers. They have songs like Passchendaele, which is about a real battle that happened. The Trooper is about the charge of the Light Brigade. They have all of these historical. They have Alexander the Great, which is literally a historical transcript of what Alexander the Great did. And I love storytelling like that. This is on the next level. Like, this is next level. Like, storytelling history, like, just telling it like it. Wow, man. That's impressive. I'm sorry. That's impressive. Good freaking gravy. Again, I don't really know what to say to that. I mean, again, I'm not a historian, but I would assume that he did his research if he's talking about stuff like that. So, you know, man, I mean, the words he was using, the just, man, and some of the stuff he said was like, whoa, you know, what they do to the pregnant women. Oh, man. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, wow, guys. That was a good one. That was really good. Yeah. Good suggestion. Good suggestion. Well, guys, like I said, the next couple videos I'm going to try to do at least 3 songs, maybe even 4 if I can get them. The thumbnails might be like a collage of different album covers, you know, like let's say I'm doing Czarface, and if I do like 2 Czarface songs, and then I do like you know, Sons of Man or something, it might be like 2 different ones depending. So the songs will probably be in the description at least of what songs I'm doing. So just so you know, if you want to pay attention, and that way I can do more of your guys' request, you know, instead of just one at a time, because I'll never get caught up that way. So if I do try to do 3 or 4, hopefully it'll work for you guys. And let me know if you like that format and if you think that works. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, X, YouTube, all the platforms you can. The notification bell and the thumbs up. Definitely the thumbs up if you like the videos. It'll help me get back into this algorithm. If I'm going to be doing this more frequently, I need to have YouTube give me more eyes. So you guys helping me by doing that, by hitting that thumbs up, will really give me a big push, and I appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. Well, as I said, I love you. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support. And until then, catch you next time.